I'm just gonna go straight to the point. Ghost of Tabor is a copy and paste of Escape from Tarkov, which, by the way, in their description, they showcase that it is, but that's not a good thing at all. And sure, copying a game and pasting it into VR makes it so much different and has a different experience to it, but you can't escape the fact that it's also a clear ripoff of Escape from Tarkov. Mind you, maybe it's a little bit better than Escape from Tarkov because they're not scamming people, but let's look at the details of Ghost of Tabor. 1. They have the flea market in the traders area, which by the way will be implemented within the next year or so they are copying the idea of a flea market. 2, there are trader levels, which, by the way, I get trader levels, that's an understandable one, but at the same time, I've seen other extraction shooters not do that and make it much more fun to play. Look at Hunt Showdown, and look at all these other games out there that are extraction shooter based. And the third part, the bunker upgrades. Like, obviously, it's copying the idea of having a bunker at home to upgrade and try to make it better. And then that's not even the worst part. Their damn logo screams, copy my homework, but make it look like it's yours kind of deal. Look, it can be a bad thing for Ghost of Tabor to copy and paste Escape from Tarkov, but the only thing that makes this game slightly better is not making scams so abhorrent that it makes any guy who sells that special kind of juice at your local mall look like a saint. And another thing people might say, oh, well, copying and pasting is kind of the best form of flattery. Why change something that isn't broken? But when it comes down to money, right? It's obvious a copy and paste of Escape from Tarkov, and they're leveraging that with making 2 more games already, when the first one they're making isn't even fucking completed, or even polished, or even half-baked for that matter. And the other games, the other 2 games that they're working on, are copy and pastes of DayZ and Rust, just implemented into VR. What? This brings up a lot of red flags for me as not only a consumer, but also for their business practices. Because if they're willing to have their 30 plus employees multitask on 2 more games with the addition of Ghost of Tabor, you can't do that so easily. You can't. Now, I've seen 3 guys, 4 guys even, make BattleBit Remastered. I can understand that completely. But at the same time, they haven't even finished their first game and they're selling it for $20 with the addition of other packages that you can buy the same way you can buy with Escape from Tarkov. Now, my theory is this, and I'm just going to make it a theory. I'm not going to say it's a fact, but my theory is this. I think they're just really trying to capitalize on being lazy, because this is lazy. I'm not saying that the developers, what they've done is not lazy, because it's not. They're absolutely doing stuff in the game and implementing some cool features and stuff like that, but at the same time, they're also lazy because they're copying and pasting games over into VR. That's all they're doing. There's no innovation, there's no different style of genre. It's the exact same game, but in VR. And that's not a good thing. And they're trying to make bank off of that. And speaking of making bank, they're also using Unreal assets from the marketplace too. With the new cat update that they have, it's from the marketplace on Unreal. Now, mind you, I don't think asset usage is a bad thing, and especially trying to get a concept of what players like or don't like. And I think that's fine. But at the same time, it gives a big red flag and solidifies the idea of their mentality saying, hey, let's just copy and paste this game over or buy an asset to use in the game to try to make our players happy. And I don't mind that, but at the same time, again, it's a red flag, right? It's not a bad idea, but if they have developers modeling and doing bug fixes for the issues in the game, what's the point of getting these assets? We can get these developers to model and try to animate the cat. Why? They have 30 plus employees now in their business. I think you can look it up on LinkedIn. The number might be different, but they have 30 plus employees in their company. Yet they want to buy an asset from the marketplace to implement into their game. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, and by the way, for those who are saying, oh, it's early access, we'll see these implementations for other gameplay and stuff like that easily. Don't be harsh on them. No, absolutely not. Because I'm sick and tired of developers, big and small, indie, not indie, whatever, get away with the early access trope that allows them to do whatever they want and still get money back because they have a quarter or an eighth of the game completed. This game costs $20, yet it's still a fucking buggy mess and a half to fucking play. And they also added in DLC, by the way. They added in a John Wick DLC. They added in Uwu Catgirl skins and whatever else. And mind you, I get it. Adding in DLC to support the developers, I get that completely. But at the same time, when you have a game that doesn't have that much of a concept fully, grounded yet, it's fucking annoying to see that $20 mark there. And also microtransactions in the game, with the addition of other additions of the game that can boost for whenever you start the wipe. Like, it's starting to hurt my head. And the same thing is with the gameplay. It's boring. It's getting boring again and again and again. And I've played this game enough now to get an established understanding of what the gameplay is about and the appeal of extraction shooters and looter shooters. Guess what? The grind for those games are god awful. And I've played Borderlands games. I played Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I played the hell out of those games. Those were fun for me. They were. And the only reason why I continue on playing it was for the damn story. But when it comes down to extraction shooters, there's no story to be told. There's not even fucking lore in the game, other than when you look at the description or text box of the map that you're going into. Like, that's fucking boring, man. Show me some lore. Give me an idea of, like, what it is that's making me drive forward to get the loot, to upgrade my area. Like, tell me what it is for the story. And not, hey, just play this game because, haha, it's fun to have random items spawn in, and then you go, ooh, woo, such a purple key card, much wow. Like, that's boring. And you could say, oh, why don't you just do these quests? You can do these quests and make it easy on yourself for the grind. Just get good. It's a huge skill issue for you. Let me explain something to you. I am sick and tired of just doing PvP, and I'm tired of doing PvE as well. I would like to actually survive in the damn game and not try to just, kill 5 players and then get all this XP because it's easy. Motherfucker, the only reason why killing 5 players in a row within 5 raids or like even 1 raid is easy is because all you guys kill Timmys in silo. I know it because I've done it. That's the only reason why I was able to get to Spectre level 2, Spectre level 3, is because I killed people in silo who did naked runs 24/7, who are basically 12 to 10-year-olds just looking at the colorful light of silo. Look, what I'm trying to say is that the questing in this game also sucks, and it doesn't give me a drive to play it because I don't know what I'm driving for. Now, mind you, I had an original goal of playing this game a lot to try to get to the end game and play around with all the cool weaponry and stuff like that. That was my goal. But a lot of people out there don't even have a fucking goal. And that's fine. I think that's perfectly fine. But what I've learned, and what I've learned specifically in this college course I was taking, was the philosophy of having a direction or a goal allows players to play the game longer. But there's no goals in this game. There's none. The only goal that you have is extract, survive, get better loot, get rich. And it's annoying. That's not that fun. That's boring. I've seen this all the time in other extraction shooters. I've seen this in Hunt Showdown. I've seen this in Arena Breakout Infinite. I've seen this in Escape from Tarkov. At least Escape from Tarkov has a fucking quest line. Maybe it's shit, but at least they did something. Oh, and by the way, with them having the title of a survival game, it's not a survival game. The only reason why they have that is because they did the bare minimum of adding in a couple of features of healing yourself, bandaging yourself, and feeding yourself. That's it. That's basically it. That's the only reason why it's considered a survival game. And it annoys me because that's not a survival game. That's like bare minimum survival game. Like, what the fuck? Look, I just want to get this rant out the way because I'm getting sick and tired of trying to tell myself to play this game a lot. And a lot of you guys are here because of Ghost of Tabor. But I also realized something, and that's the way that they are not even being lazy. They're just copying and pasting over games into VR. And that's not a good thing for the industry, because if you do that with every single fucking game out there, it just gets fucking boring. Like, why would I want to play the game again in VR? Like, that's not fun. That's stupid. And that's all I really got for y'all. And the reason why I wanted to talk about it was because I think Ghost of Tabor has so much potential. It really does. But the main issues that are not being solved or not being addressed or even talked about, and just having a blatant copy and paste of other games but into VR, and then they literally are trying to make 2 more games when the first one isn't even fucking polished yet, pisses me off. Because that tells me that they're not in it for the games anymore. They're in it for the fucking money. And that's it for me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Deuces. Take care, everyone.